guys, it's Marie MFT. Welcome back to the channel. I was reviewing like through my photos album and everything like that, found content that was recorded that I had not posted. With that in mind, one of the clips I'm going to include is going to be discussing how much I encourage other mental health providers not to be yes men, not to be enablers, not to compromise integrity in their practice of care. It's older content. I was in love with different types of filters then, and I will never apologize for that. Don't let that distract you. I hope you enjoy the clip. I am grateful that more people than ever before are talking about mental health. Not only are they talking about it, but they're seeking out services. The stigma is gradually being pounded down upon. As a clinician, what I want to please encourage you all to do is do not seek out yes man providers. Please. We all want to be affirmed. We all want to feel validated. We all want to feel like you get where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because lots of people don't get where we're coming from. I get that. Be careful, however, seeking out yes man or allowing yourself to stay connected to yes man providers who will not hold you accountable or tell you when something is not what you want. Not your clinician's job, your therapist, psychiatrist, social worker, whatever. I'm a licensed therapist. It's not your clinician's job to be your mother or even your best friend and try to tell you what you should do with your life or what they think about your decisions or what you're coming into treatment for. That's very true. They're supposed to stay really focused on your goals and what you said you wanted and what you said is causing you distress. What you said you really liked, you wanted to move closer to, like all that good stuff, right? In alignment with that, we're not talking about, therapists who are trying to be coaches or consultants or mothers or fathers and whatnot. Therapists who are being good therapists, right? Helping you move toward what you wanted or away from what you did not want. If that person cannot help you remain accountable when your repetitive behavior is out of alignment with your goals, especially your treatment goals, when there's a barrier, how can you trust them? In this postmodern era, there is a delicate balance that in my interaction with colleagues, there's a delicate balance sometimes not being held very well in terms of practicing with integrity and being yes men. Everyone gets to choose for themselves what they do desire. And I get to hope that we keep integrity in the field of mental health and in the practice of clinical therapy. And what I hope for other providers is that you maintain integrity. It's not a paternalism thing. It's not about what you want for the patient. It's not about what you want their goals to be, etc. Otherwise, you should think, before you say yes to different cases if you're having a recurring issue. But when it comes to their goals, barriers, triggers, resistance, please be truthful, strategic with the best interest of the client in mind from an evidence-based grounding. Duh, for sure. If you're freeballing it clinically, that is a problem. Stay grounded in the literature and utilize your grounding in the literature and the studies and the research and what we know and the expertise you've gained as you practice. Use all that to help you, in my humble opinion, practice with integrity. Rapport is super important. You don't want your people feeling like you don't care about them. Duh. Okay, so guess how much more they're going to feel like you don't care about them if they notice over time that you always tell them what they want to hear, or that you're a lazy clinician. Don't even get me started. That pisses me off. It's okay to be involved in practice. I get it. You might not be feeling it today. You might be going through it this week. It's okay to practice self-care for yourself and cancel or reschedule But if you're going to keep those sessions, please practice with integrity. Not just that you're doing the right thing, but also that you are not playing around just because they won't realize you're playing around. They do realize it later. Oh, well, who does that hurt? They're already gone. It hurts the field as a whole. It hurts your integrity as a clinician. It hurts the field as a whole. Please don't be lazy. Touch back up on the research. Give your best in sessions. And giving your best is further helped by you taking space and having work-life balance just like we encourage them to do. One thing that I think always helps me, at least when I am evaluating like my progress and my as a clinician, is I ask myself, because I see my own sometimes, I ask myself, if my provider was approaching and practicing like I am, would I want to stay with them or would I want to leave? Would I be like, oh no, because I already know how you come, and if you're doing it just like me, I don't want to see you? Or would I be like, oh, I definitely want to see you because I know how you come, and if you do it just like me? No, this is a very strategic, selective, and unfair projection, but we can't get inside of everyone's brains. I'm just using it to help inspire us. Like, how are you doing? How are you approaching your work? Would you be proud to know that someone else approached work with you in the same way? Or would you be offended? You might be wondering, why am I using this filter? I like it. I think it's mad cute. I don't care that it's grainy. I like it. Okay? That's it. Last thing I want to say, if we're not careful as providers, we will turn into enablers. It's not required. If you practice with integrity, it stops you from becoming an enabler. Is your job to just go with whatever the client says, lie? What is your job? Do you remember what your job is? Do you remember the code of ethics? Be careful. Do we want to turn into a bunch of enablers that help people feel like everything is okay and everything is all right and nothing is unhealthy and nothing is, they don't have to do anything about the fact that they are just going in circles if they said they wanted to stop? Will it sometimes take kahunas, big kahunas, and guts, to welcome an uncomfortable situation in session where you reflect what you actually really did hear and see, especially when the client specifically asks you and you realize, oh, this could be uncomfortable because if I tell you what I really did hear and see, like you asked, I don't think you'll agree with that. I don't think you'll like that. Will it probably be uncomfortable? For sure. What will you do? Will you practice with integrity? You don't need to go spouting all your opinions and whatnot because it's not the place for that. You're their therapist, not their mother or their friend or whatever. But when they ask, when it's inhibiting treatment, when it seems like the goals have changed but we haven't discussed that, and there's confusion in the space, ambiguity, what do? Do you just no. Are you just a yes man, a frenemy in the treatment space? As you can see, I care about the issue because I get a lot of referrals. Clients are talking about their experience in treatment more than I think a lot of clinicians realize. Some of the stereotypes that are rising up or being, further augmented have a lot to do with how clinicians are behaving in the space. Please practice with integrity. Editing Marie here. Sorry, hi. I was just editing this and realized that basically what I thought was going to work as the outro, that's not going to work, right? So here's the outro. For the patients, those who are in clinical care thinking about engaging, for those who perhaps have been burned, mishandled within the experience of care, I'm sorry about that. And a lot of people are. I find, especially at times when I'm evaluating and assessing a person who's coming into treatment and has had a history of care, that sometimes, like I mentioned in those clips, even if they don't notice with a clarity around what the problem was, sometimes it takes a patient a while, but patients do tend to notice over time that something didn't go like how they said it was supposed to go within the care that they receive. All the raving and all that stuff that people do, something must have missed them for real, because they didn't get that. And I'm sorry about that. I'm freaking sorry about that, because it's not it's not oh, excuse me. Care, clinical therapy is not supposed to just be the exact same thing as talking with a friend or just someone who gets you. There's a reason why it's supposed to be evidence based, so that it is predictably effective based on what has been shown and demonstrated to be effective according to the concerns, the presenting concerns and problems that you originally came in with or that you developed over the course of time, etc. Oh, non-committal answers. Oh, just filling the time. Just saying, or in, just going with the flow. Whatever it takes to just pass the time along, and then whoop, next thing you know, it's like, well, it's time to wrap up session. Like, that is not okay. It becomes imperative, in my opinion, in this day and age, to be an informed, or at least an attentive patient. Medically, that's much more of a thing. And I think mental health wise, clinically, that also really, really should be a thing. Do you know what your goals are? Have you discussed and created your goals with your provider? Do you know the progression of your treatment or those goals as it relates to your treatment plan? Are you aware of the credentials of your providers? Do you know what kind of clinician they are? Are they a licensed marriage and family therapist? Are they a licensed clinical mental health counselor? Are they a licensed addiction specialist? What kind of clinician are they? What clinical orientation or model is being utilized for your treatment, or what couple, what um combination is being utilized for your care? Because we have evidence-based protocol for that. The research that's available to us demonstrates what has been shown to be most effective for which concerns. So are you in cognitive behavioral therapy? Are you in cognitive processing therapy? Are you getting emotion focused treatment? Is this couples therapy? Is it family therapy? Even then, is it emotion focused couples therapy? Is it systems therapy? Is it structural? You know, um, are you aware of what interventions are being utilized in your care in session? You know, are you aware of your symptoms, as well as what's being deployed to target those and help decrease the frequency of them? Are you aware of what's being deployed to support you in increasing the frequency of healthier, more adaptive behaviors or patterns of interacting or reacting, etc.?